What is going on, you crazy fishing fanatics? It is Ian here, and today we will not be fishing. We will not be going over any tackle tips, unfortunately. Today we're going to be doing a quick PSA as to why we have not put out a video in 2 months. So let's dig into this very unfortunate series of events. The first incident on this terrible timeline of events took place on November 5th, 2022. It was on this day when Mike had a very sudden chest pain feeling, sharpness tingling in his chest, and he felt just absolutely unbearable. And he thought it'd be a very good idea to go to the emergency room, and so he did. But once he got to the emergency room, he found out this was no ordinary pain. He was having a heart attack. And this wasn't even just like some little heart attack. This was a pretty major one that if he had not gone to the emergency room, he would have died. And while this was quite scary, Mike was actually lucky enough to, push through and survive. And he's currently making a recovery, and that was however many weeks ago. So the recovery is almost over. But the recovery time is like 6 to 9 weeks or something pretty long like that. So he's been sitting back, relaxing, staying off his feet. And I mean, we've been posting as many TikToks and other things as possible, but you can't really go sit out in a folding chair and really throw rods and you can't do all that when your heart is not able to pump blood as strong as it normally is. But he's lucky to make a full recovery. But here's where the story goes from bad to even worse. So back in September or October, Mike had made a cast and he kind of torqued his shoulder weird, and his shoulder had been hurting a little bit ever since. So he's taking his ibuprofen, Advil every day to make it feel a little bit better, but the pain had been increasingly getting worse. I mean, it was a dull pain, there was a sharp pain, there was whatever. So on December 7th, 2022, Mike decided to go into his normal doctor, and he just wanted to check it out, make sure it was all right. So after having a couple of MRIs and some other x-rays and scans, the bone structure was perfectly fine, and the muscle and tissue was all right. But unfortunately, he had torqued it in a way, and he messed something up, and it's all very complicated English. No teenager would be able to understand, but he has a large amount of calcium buildup now, and his range of motion is limited. Like he can't do this, he can't do this, he can't do that. His shoulder's real messed up, so now he's in a sling. And of course, when fishing is one of your biggest passions, if not the biggest passion, you're not going to be too happy about it. And obviously in this picture you can see his face is not feeling the best about being a little limited, but we're making do. But Mike wasn't quite the only one that suffered any sort of major injury. Unfortunately, Junior actually fell. He kind of tripped and fell, and he landed awkwardly, and he sprained his wrist. And there's actually a large % chance he actually broke some of the small little bones in your wrist. I mean, I'm a pitcher. I've broken my wrist in weird places before. I understand the pain, but there's chances that a bunch of little bones are broken in there. But he's also in some sort of like brace, kind of, I wouldn't call it a cast, but brace little thing now. And in the same case of Mike, nobody looks too thrilled to not be able to go fishing and have a messed up arm and hand and limiting them to do various things. But both Mike and Junior, father and son, will be back around the same time, so everything should be good between the two of them. And as for me, I've just been hanging around, but the John boat, unfortunately, I was out there actually trying to catch some bait to get ready for a trip to try to get out there and catch something to get on camera. I hit an oyster, and the propeller is now free spinning, and now the John boat is ruined. So the John boat's out of commission.
But wait, there's more.
The big boat is currently in the shop right now, getting major repairs done to it, fixing a crack in the hull, fixing the propeller, fixing all the wiring, and draining all of the stagnant water that's been sitting in there since we bought it last year.
Oh!
and these are like, this is going to take a while. So the boat is completely out of commission. John boat can't go anywhere. And some may even ask, what about the 18-footer? It turns out those are short in the motor, and if you turn the key, if you flip any battery switch, the motor will not turn on. So that's enough of all of our injuries that we've had. And, you know, looking towards the future, we hope to get all of the boats back in service. We got some new reels, though, nice enough, though, because we didn't spend all that money on bait and gas. So we put our money towards other fishing items. We have some new reels and new stuff we can't wait to try out. We've stocked up on bait, getting ready to go to shark season. We can't wait, and we're going to be putting out some awesome content for y'all. Next week, we'll be putting out a Tackle Box Tuesday. I can't tell you quite what it is yet, because I might give it away, and that might ruin it, but stay tuned. We got some awesome stuff coming up, and we really hope to heal up well, and we're going to hit this next season, the 2023 fishing season, hard. So stick around. Thank you so much for watching this quick video of why we didn't post and why everybody got hurt.